Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lock Pod. We are the most dangerous podcast in Indiana and Belgium's top-rated podcast.
Oh, look. It's so smooth now.
It is, I know.
It just rolls off those lips.
I know, it's great, wasn't it?
It was really good. It's one of your better ones.
I know. Linz, what'd you think? I mean,
it's all right.
I am part of the biz, so you could totally tell.
And you are the locomotive.
Which biz is
right.
that?
We don't know yet.
The biz.
The ambies.
You know, the ambi
biz.
biz. I'm getting ambi for best male.
Best lead-in.
Best male.
Why did you want to start with best male
just
pod?
Just male
best
pod.
Male pod.
Individual. Best male podcast.
More like
nickname.
best
The
male
locomotive.
dad bod.
Oh, wow.
Gross.
By the way, happy sweater day. Look at us.
It is sweater
look
day
a little
in Lock Pod Studio.
What in the world?
It's cold.
You guys are cute.
What are you talking about? You got a freaking.
mentioned.
It is.
This was
flat
not
cold.
even coordinated.
No, but like if you're listening in sunny Florida right now or Texas or California, and you're like, oh, it's cold. It's 40 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking -0 here.
-0.
-0.
Like
It's
Kelvin?
less than
Zero
Yep.
Kelvin?
Yes.
Absolute zero.
It's freaking cold.
It is cold this morning.
And then I have like a smart thermostat.
Oh.
So like it doesn't turn on in the middle of the night. It turns on. It knows our patterns. It's been so like when you wake up in the morning, I'm the first one up. It's like 55.
Barely
degrees.
getting up.
It's
Yeah.
like 55 degrees. I go
Smart
downstairs. I'm like,
thermostat. You're like,
and
smart
it's like,
thermostat.
oh, I'll turn on now. I'll warm this house up in the next 25
I
minutes.
feel a warm body coming down the stairs.
Yeah. So
What do you keep your thermostat on at night?
it's really low.
62 at my house.
Yeah.
You know-
Kevin,
mine-
you're kidding.
No,
At
mine
night when
gets
you're
down there,
sleeping?
Kevin.
At part of the house,
yeah.
and then the other part of the house is I have it at 70.
My,
in
my
your bedroom at
interesting,
70? It's too warm.
Jana
for me.
likes it warmer.
My
Not
interesting
me.
fact when
Me
I
neither.
tell people, like when I meet them for the first time, I tell them that in our house we wouldn't put on the heater or the air conditioning until there were reported deaths because of the temperature outside.
That's pretty accurate.
Sounds
What
like
about
a
you,
Navy
John?
thing.
Lindsay's usually full of shit, but that's
68.
actually a pretty accurate.
That's
68.
accurate.
Wow,
Well,
that's
Brian
warm.
likes his house in the summer. He wants it really chilly, and in the winter he wants it really, really warm. So our electricity bill is pretty high all the time. But
Mine
Wow.
is.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys say good hello, Belgium?
Yeah.
I did say we were
It was in his
Belgium,
smooth
Said
opening. It
most
was so
dangerous
smooth, John, you didn't even
I know.
notice it.
Top podcast.
Yeah.
That's how smooth it was.
Well, I was looking at some all-time stats
Yeah?
a bit ago.
How
Who's
we
our
doing?
number one?
Dude, number
Belgium?
2, Germany has skyrocketed.
Well, it's in the region.
It's in the region,
Hell
exactly.
yeah.
Hey, what's up,
Is
Germany?
Belgium even on the list now?
Deutschland.
Belgium is on page 2.
Dude, why do you say that on the air? I mean, we're Belgium's top-rated
Hey, no,
podcast.
tell
I can't like change shit now.
Tell those in Belgium to like
Exactly.
step it up.
Yeah.
What is up?
Poland's
with
number
Belgium?
3.
Okay.
Well, that was when Marissa was there.
Where's it
UK,
downloaded?
Philippines,
I always tell
Mexico.
Marissa whenever she goes to Poland to download every episode,
Yeah.
and to tell her family
She got to
download every
51.
episode.
I love
Yeah.
it. Russian Federation's on page 1. I don't
Be
know if
careful.
we're
The
still worried
Russian
about that.
Federation.
I'm a little worried about that,
What up,
actually.
lad?
Sounds a little
What a
Star
Vlad.
Warsy.
What?
Vlad
Anyway,
He's a fan of the locomotive.
come on, Belgium, step it up.
The
Yeah.
Kremlin is a fan of.
Putin. Yeah, he thinks Kevin's a wimp. I talked to him
That's
about it.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Hey, did you watch the? Yeah, I mean, I know you watched it. For those of you that I grew up a 49er fan, and I was geeking out while they were making the run to the Super Bowl.
Come on.
What?
I mean, you're a Bear.
He was a 49ers
This
fan
is like
for
fair
me
weather
before he was a Bears
fandom.
fan.
You've given up on the Bears because they suck.
I didn't give up on the Bears. I got.
Are
like,
you
4
Bears or
Bears
49ers?
I'm a Bears fan.
All right.
How?
Just wanna
I
make
mean,
sure.
by the way, just the fact that I said that after this shitty ass season,
Well, they did get
I
the
should
first round
be-
draft pick.
dude.
That was their
that's
reward.
Great. That's great.
That was their reward.
So but I grew up my entire life a 49er fan, and I gave him up because I was like, this is inconsistent with my job. I'm a mayor. Right? We touched Chicago. I can't be a 49er fan when I'm the mayor, and I've been mayor 20 years, which means I've been a Bear fan for 20 years. By the way, Kevin, you and I went to the NFC. No, it was the NFC divisional playoff, and we should have
The
been
double
in the-
doink.
We were there.
We were
Okay,
there for the
I'm a
double
Bears
doink.
fan.
Double
I was
Yeah,
wearing
doink.
Bear shit, right?
You were
the
pissed.
title.
Okay.
That's
Just
the
like I
that's
was.
the
So like,
episode.
let it rest, killer.
All right.
I mean, anybody that says
let
they're a
you be.
freaking Bear fan this year,
Yeah.
they get the free pass for the rest of their life.
Well, this year.
And my old team, the 49ers, is marching to the Super
Your
Bowl.
childhood team.
Right.
All right.
And I'm still with the freaking lowly, sucky-ass Bears, right?
Fair.
So back off, Jack, okay? So, you see
All
how I
right.
did that,
Heck,
Benmark? You see
The
how I did that,
49ers are
Benmark?
doing well.
I cornered
I'm going
his
to go.
ass.
The 49ers doing well. I'm going to pretend I'm a kid again.
No, I watched the game, and I pulled
All
for
right.
him because I have
Sure.
friends and
And
family.
I hate the
that-
Eagles, so I was pulling for them
I hate
too.
the Eagles, too.
Can't
And I have
stand
friends
them.
and family that are 49er fans still. And so
Yes.
Of course, I tapped into my childhood.
Fair enough. Did you bring out your Montana jersey?
No, I don't have. I got rid of all that. I'm a Bears fan. I got like 4 Bears jerseys.
What'd you wear during the game?
Which I can't wear any of because people throw shit at you. It's the fucking worst team in the NFL. The shittiest goddamn freaking ownership I've ever seen of any franchise. My brother swore off. He was a Bears fan as well.
I remember
he
this.
walked.
He did that here on Lockpod.
He's like, screw the Bears, screw the McCaskey
did.
family, and he walked.
He walked, and
There's
it wasn't a
people
bad
doing that.
bet.
By the way,
Bears haven't done anything since
whole
then.
generations of kids have grown up and watched the shitty ass Bears be shitty.
Well, let's see. When were they last in the Super Bowl? When did they
Dude, 85. Don't even go there.
No. They lost to the
you're right.
Colts.
They went. That's right. They lost to the
It was
Colts.
like
You were there.
09 or something.
So anyway, anybody that's not aware, the 49ers had a very unusual path to the NFC playoff. They lost their first-string quarterback, Trey Lance, in week 2?
First-round draft pick, yeah.
Week 2, Kevin?
I want to say week 1 or 2, yeah.
So he goes down real early. And then Jimmy Garoppolo, who's been their quarterback for seasons.
Who they tried to get rid of in the offseason.
And they hate him.
They wanted to get rid of him.
He comes, but he always takes them to the NFC Championship. He took him to the Super Bowl. So, Jimmy Garoppolo comes in, and he does good again, gets hurt.
Blows his leg, yeah.
Holy crap.
Like
So,
that.
the 49ers in 6 weeks into the season are into the third-round draft pick, who is Mr. Irrelevant. Who's that, Kevin?
Mr. Irrelevant is the last draft pick in the NFL draft. So they give him a car or something in a parade, and he's named Mr. Irrelevant.
So stick with us. This is a good story. For those of you non-sports fans out there, this is a real good story. So the 49ers are
Mr. Irrelevant, by the way, will rarely make the team
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the last person picked in the draft.
in the last round of the draft.
They give you a special jersey. It's 262.
Yeah, it's something like that. Right, it's 262.
Right,
Okay,
and
yeah.
you're probably never going to see a field in your life. Well, 49ers draft the third-round draft pick. They get this guy from Iowa State named Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
and they put him as the third-rounder.
By the way, these guys are all good, right? I mean, just because
Yeah.
you're the last draft
Dude,
pick
Iowa
in
State's a
the
good
whatever
program.
round in the NFL draft, I don't
Right.
even know what it is, 8th or 9th
You were
round.
still a star in high
You're
school,
still a
star in
stud.
college.
Absolutely.
Right? So Brock Purdy comes in. They're like, okay, you're the third-rounder. You're never going to play. You give him the league minimum. And then Trey Lance goes down. Jimmy Garoppolo goes down. 49ers are a damn good team
Very good team.
that are potential Super Bowl. So they're like, okay, Brock
Best
Purdy.
defense in the NFL.
Brock Purdy, you're our guy.
Crazy.
He won every fucking game.
7-0.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The 49ers are like, I don't even know if we're going to keep the other two
what
guys.
do you do?
He's unbelievable.
That, by the way, that's the off-season challenge of the NFL. What do the 49ers do with three
they have a different
manageable
problem.
quarterbacks?
So anyway, Brock Purdy's killing it. 49ers are the best team in football. They cruise through the rest of the season. They don't lose a game. And the weird stat is every team that they beat lost the next week. It's never happened before in NFL.
Interesting.
Yeah. 49ers were unbelievable. They roll into the playoffs. They win their first 2 rounds, and then they go to Philadelphia. So you have the Eagles
I
who
think
are
they only won 1 game in the playoffs.
they didn't have the first round off.
Right.
They had 2 rounds,
Did
just
they?
like everybody else. The Eagles had the first round off.
Okay.
So anyway, they get into the game against the Eagles, and the Eagles are unbelievable. And the Eagles knock Purdy out in the first quarter. So the 49ers in the NFC Championship, which is the game before the Super Bowl, lose their third-string quarterback. And people don't even know who the fourth
It was like
stringer is.
it was the first drive.
Yeah. It's like the beginning. Did you watch the game, John?
Yeah.
Dude, so the fourth-string quarterback comes rolling in. Winner goes against the best
Yeah.
team. Probably the Eagles' defense is freaking unbelievable.
Never had heard of this guy, and he's been around
Johnson.
10 years.
He's been around 10 years. He's been in the league 10 years. He's been on 13 teams
Whoa.
in 10 years.
Oh, my
That's
God.
a journeyman.
He's never been in a playoff game. And now he's the starting quarterback in the NFC Championship.
Wow.
In the first quarter, John.
And the funny thing about that is, I would say up till halftime, when it was 14-7, the Niners were driving right before half, and then he drops a snap, like a shotgun snap, goes in his hands, drops it. Eagles recover, go down and score at the end.
They literally took the
21-7.
ball from him.
That was
They're
it.
just
Yeah.
like, give me that ball. Thank you.
He looked out of it on the sideline.
He looked like he was scared.
It's like, what am I doing in this game?
He was scared shitless. So anyway, then the freaking Niners knock him out. Their goddamn fourth-string quarterback gets a concussion.
They had no one else.
So Brock Purdy, who when they knocked him out, tore his ACL. We come to find out.
Yeah,
the
nerve
fourth-string
injury.
quarterback has a concussion. The 49ers in the NFC Championship are like, okay, warm up the running back.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. So McCaffrey, who's a stud, right?
Total stud.
One of the equipment guys is coming out and switching his helmet out with a quarterback helmet so he gets audio. And
Right.
This is crazy. It's
So-
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. I've never seen that in a game, let alone the NFC Championship.
NFC Championship. So anyway, the Niners got grounded into dust. It was one of the bigger blowouts.
It's kind of a giveaway at that point.
But yeah, they could not move.
No
then
way.
they ended up bringing in Brock Purdy again, who couldn't throw because he had a torn ACL.
Yeah.
And they ran the ball and got the shit kicked out of them the rest of the game. It was a blowout. And the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, and quite frankly, I think they're going to kick the crap out of the Kansas City Chiefs, personally. But I thought this was funny. So I'm sitting there yesterday, and at the time, everybody in America, every 49er fan is like, Brock Purdy, get your ass back in the game, right? I don't care how bad your arm hurts. Throw the fucking ball.
And he did.
So, everybody, I guarantee you, because I was questioning his toughness, I guarantee you I wasn't the only one in America like, dude, it's the NFC Championship. You got no games left.
They knew.
Get your ass in there, right?
And he did.
He did. They didn't.
They handed the
really,
ball off 90% of the time.
They
I
did
think
not
he threw
even
one
try
pass.
to throw it. So it comes out yesterday. Brock Purdy has a torn ACL in his right arm.
Tommy John surgery, I think.
Right. Which is a year plus out.
That solves that problem.
So he's like, so they're like,
for the Niners.
Yeah. So they're like, Brock Purdy, are you going to get surgery? And he says, I'm going to get a second opinion. And I immediately felt sorry for the first doctor.
Do you always feel sorry for
man.
the first opinion guy?
What is this second opinion bullshit? This first doctor busted his ass, looked at him, gave him a prognosis, and then Brock Purdy's like, that's not good
So
enough.
like a forite would give you like this.
Yeah, the first doctor
opinion.
gets screwed every time.
So you know what, Mike? I'm gonna
get a second
I'm gonna
opinion.
go look for a
If I'm
doctor
gonna see
that has a
Forite-
license right now.
I mean, let's face it, Forite's not even a doctor anymore, right? So, if you're going to see Forite, see him first so that you can always get the second opinion.
oh,
right?
there you go.
Yeah.
You
And you
guys
could-
you guys have a lot of faith in doctors.
What do you mean? You're
Wow,
a nurse.
says the nurse.
I know,
Whoa.
right?
That's kind of is that a typical nurse complaint though?
We're
Like
gonna
the
hear more.
doctors don't know anything.
Probably.
It
She's not
is.
even
That's something that
Definitely is.
She's a nurse in training, and she's already perfected the bitching about doctors. part,
100%.
Right.
No,
Well-
sometimes, you need a second opinion just because sometimes you just got a dud of a doctor.
I just felt bad for the first doctor.
Yeah, I
First
still
doc-
trust.
I
Dr.
bet you
Mike,
the
by
second
way.
doctor gets the surgery and all that. The first doctor.
Oh
did
yeah,
all that.
maybe go to the second one. He confirms the first doctor,
Brock
and then
Purdy's
you're like,
like,
you know what? I'm going with you
I
anyway.
didn't like that first doctor anyway. The first doctor, the one who give him the bad news.
Yeah.
You're the guy that accurately, says, "Hey, you got to tear it."
Maybe you have like a grudge against him. Like, you told me I couldn't play football for another year.
I'm going to Forite for the first.
I do trust Dr. Mike, though.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, okay, doc, I'm going to go to another doctor, doctor number 2.
Who's
I always
his
feel bad
nemesis?
for the first
Who's
doctor.
Mike
I'm gonna
Forite's
use-
nemesis? That's what I want to
Yeah,
know.
right.
Right? Does he have one?
So-
It seems too nice to have
Hey,
nemesis.
Kevin.
Nemesis.
Do you like being on sports threads with me?
No.
Because look, I'm not the biggest sports guy.
Right. So
that knows
John,
me.
yeah, this is actually kind of funny. So like John admittedly is not a knowledgeable. Is that fair, John?
Yeah,
Not a
not
really
knowledgeable.
deep, knowledgeable sports guy.
I
So
enjoy a good game. I
sometimes
enjoy
he'll
going.
ask questions on sports threads that just crack me up, and I have to comment. Like he was like, "The 49ers suck."
Yeah.
Or like
During
I was
this
like-
game. I said
like-
because I didn't know this history. You guys just laid
I was
out.
like, John, they're on the 4th string quarterback, dude. Yeah.
4th string quarterback. I've never seen
So
that.
John-
I've been a football fan my whole life. I've never seen that. Have you, Kevin?
I have never seen that. It's like when you run out of catchers in a baseball
Yeah.
game and they bring in like the
A
left fielder or something.
You're like, it's like, I don't even know how to do this.
I haven't done this since high school.
Right. It's like,
and that's what they were doing.
I know, dude. I guarantee you. Like,
Did you see when McCaffrey threw the pass?
he's a stud.
I know, but he threw it like in the middle of nowhere. It's like, what are you?
know.
It was bizarre.
Oh, my God.
It's
I
like
didn't
a
know they
quarterback with running back pads.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. enough
Kevin
about
did a lot of
football.
work on a George Santos segment. Why don't we-
We're gonna skip that. I want to get
We'll
to
do it
ads.
also.
I want to do ads, and
Well,
I
we
want
do
to.
have a lot of
There's
stuff.
some breaking news first in
We do
Indiana
have
politics. So let's do ads. Come back with some really
We'll
important
bounce
news.
George Santos for the
and
next
then
show.
we'll see. Maybe we got
We
time
got-
for
I mean,
George
that's
Santos.
a developing story.
We got
It's
a lot of shit.
continuously going.
I agree.
We
There's-
do have a lot of good
which
stuff.
is why part of the George Santos story was what he's just recently done yesterday. And I know John wants to talk about Santos.
we got a story about Mitch Daniels we're going to cover as soon as we come back from break. It's a breaking.
Let's do some ads.
It's a breaking story. When we're going to do some Trump Mar-a-Lago stuff. We're going to do some
that's a
Trump,
great
Trump, and then Lindsay pitched a story. It was damn good.
that we've actually
It's a
taken.
phenomenal
We're running
story.
with it.
We're gonna run with it, Lindsay.
They
Lindsay,
never go with my stories.
that's why we're doing this stupid story, so you can stop saying that.
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
will
you
get us
should
over the
feel-
hump. It's like doctors. She's complaining about podcast
Yeah.
hosts.
They never pick.
I'm going to
stories
complain
that I
about
pitch,
some
so
nurses after
good job.
this too. Yeah,
good job. I'm gonna have to start my own podcast.
That's
get my
because
own
all of
story.
your
do that,
sources
man.
come from
We have a
Fox.
freaking studio.
Do you need a producer?
You do whatever the
Right
hell
of
you do.
center.
Who's going to be your
of center.
producer?
That would be Rock Pod.
Yeah, right. It's just John at the
welcome
with
to
his own
Rock Pod.
camera. John's producing. He's also the host.
We are Mississippi's top-rated podcast.
Dude, I have a funny story about that. Uran came in and did their show, and that was a great. Thanks for filling in for us.
Absolutely.
So I was looking at stats today, and
it's a top-rated show.
Well, what was weird is there was one that showed 0 downloads and listens, and it was the Uran episode, and I was like, I felt terrible for a second, but then I realized. I remember Kyle said he forgot to do some adjustment to that file, so he re-uploaded it. So the re-upload actually has the one with the correct stats. So Uran, don't lose any sleep. People have listened to the show. Great job.
All right,
Thank you.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
All right, let's do some ads. We got a new sponsor.
All right, Chris Jones at Properties. He's an old sponsor that came back for season 8.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think no, it's at. Well, we're
looking to
get
buy
to
your
that
dream.
lens.
Looking to buy your dream home. Chris Jones with at
Yes.
Properties can help.
John.
All across Northwest Indiana, it's a great time to buy with properties available at all price ranges. If you're considering a sale, Chris Jones will get your house sold for top dollar. He sold some of the most expensive homes in Hammond and Munster last year. Contact Chris Jones at atproperties.com for a market analysis or to discuss the home qualities you are looking for. That's Chris Jones at atproperties.com.
I think he responsored just so we could struggle with his email address.
That's a hell of a business name to have, and then
Yeah.
also have an email for it at Properties.
I know.
Yep.
He's on top of it.
At
Chris Jones,
AT
thank you for
Properties.
coming back, Chris. Powering America, are you looking for a new career in 2023? If you're a person who enjoys working with your hands in a challenging and ever-changing environment, an electrical apprenticeship might be for you. Earn a competitive wage while you gain valuable experience. Did we mention employer-paid benefits, including health insurance, pension, and an annuity? If so, visit Apply. That's APPLY697.com. Apply697.com. POW, sponsored by Powering America.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business. Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 54 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more, to schedule your free consultation, visit Rogers Roofing or call rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com, 219-933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
Misprint Printing.
Oh, now it's a lead-in?
Misprint
Wow.
specializes in delivering the highest quality signs and printing on time and under budget. Misprint's experience and technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing and sign solutions, as well as metal business
Look at
cards.
that.
Rick Baltensberger and his team have served the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana markets for over 30 years. They have 2 convenient locations to serve you in Munster and in Hammond. And by the way, their new Hammond location is getting very close to opening, which is awesome. So,
Yeah, and it looks good.
yeah.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Are you going to do the last one? or-
I'd love to. I see the more arrow that I typed in there.
More.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outside patio. Their brewing equipment offers a unique backdrop for your private event, like weddings, reunions, or corporate parties. It's also election time coming up, so you can have your fundraiser there. They're conveniently located just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Come on by and enjoy Byway's award-winning beers and unbeatable menu. For more information, check out bywaybrewing.beer.
All right, we got breaking.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you to our sponsors. We agree. We couldn't do it without you all. We got breaking news this morning.
Now on LockPod, breaking Indiana Senate news. Mitch Daniels makes a big announcement.
Yeah, if you were
Tom?
thinking Tom McDermott was going to announce, you're freaking crazy.
That's why I left it out there
Good.
for a second.
You should have. Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
for a
You did.
second.
Good job.
Yeah,
I appreciate
it's a
that.
hook.
Yeah. In a statement this morning, Mitch Daniels says he's opting out of a United States
What?
Senate run. He's been considering this run. It's been speculated upon for weeks. Mitch Daniels says the former governor of Indiana, the former Office of Management and Budget Director for George W. Bush when he was president, and also the former president at Purdue University. Mitch Daniels says, it's just not the job for me, not the town for me, and not the life I want to live at this point. So
our
that's huge news.
Our breaking news is he's not running.
Yes,
Yeah.
I guess
No,
it's
I
good
mean,
for
it was-
people like Banks, and although Banks said he was going to beat Mitch Daniels like a drum, basically.
And Banks already started doing negatives on Mitch. I think that's good news for Eric Holcomb. Not that Eric Holcomb's going to beat Banks. But
You think Eric Holcomb's going to run?
Do we have a prediction sound effect?
What would that be?
Like a question mark? What?
Do that on the road. We haven't done it in a while.
Oh. The banjo?
The banjo one?
Yeah,
Oh,
banjo.
there we go.
Right.
You haven't been anywhere.
Mayor Tom prediction. It just doesn't go as well,
No.
does it? Yeah.
This is like, where have you been, Tom?
No, it
All right,
doesn't.
ready?
I've been to
Mayor
Hammond and
Tom's
Munster and
On
Calumet
the road
City.
predictions. All right, here it is. Eric Holcomb's going to run for U.S. Senate now. He's going to run against Jim Banks,
Interesting.
and those two are going to hammer it out, and Banks is going to beat the shit out of him, in my opinion. And not because Eric Holcomb's a bad guy. I like Eric Holcomb, and I think Eric Holcomb's been a great governor. Unfortunately for Eric Holcomb, his party is batshit crazy, and it went batshit crazy under his watch, and they don't like him anymore.
The party's definitely moved to the right since Eric Holcomb was elected governor.
Some people say move to the right. Some people say batshit crazy.
It's always it's a matter of degree.
Yeah,
So-
potato, right?
That's
Whatever.
right. I guess, that's the thing you bring up there, Tom, is interesting to me because I almost wonder if Mitch Daniels, in his weighing of the, I know what his quote said, but is he saying himself, is my kind of Republican the kind of Republican that can win in Indiana right now?
Exactly.
That's what I'm wondering. And by the way,
you're exactly right.
and that's what Holcomb's got to be thinking too.
Exactly. Which is why my prediction is probably going to turn out correct.
I wonder
Eric
if he's even going to
Holcomb-
run.
Eric Holcomb can't walk. You would be such a coward if you walked and didn't run for a U.S. Senate seat that's completely
Two-term
wide
governor.
open. Whatever, man. I think that he's got to make the run to defend traditional Republicans. People like my dad. My dad is lost.
Yeah.
If you're a traditional, like Reagan, George Bush, George W. Bush Republican, that party fucking left you guys. It's gone. It's like you're not part of the. You're
gone.
wandering in the wilderness, sort of like me.
Like a Mitt
Like
Romney.
what the fuck happened to my party? I remember there was all kinds of Democrats like me when I got into the game. Now I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Right?
The parties have moved to the left and right. And
Right.
The
And here we are, the rational,
are.
reasonable people that get shit done. Is like, what the fuck is going on? Here I am. See, I'm dropping Fs like crazy today.
Yeah, you're excited.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if there was ever a time for a third party, the time is now. And if there's a legitimate third party, I would have to take a hard look at it myself, being honest with you. Because
Well, you've been a
I
good
don't know what
Democrat for a long time.
Kevin, I was been a good Democrat for 2 decades. I put my entire career on the line. I stepped up just like I was asked to by bigwigs in our party, and they fucked me. They didn't do a goddamn thing to help me. They could care less that I was out there. They're just like, thank you for charging the machine gun turret, McDermott. Too bad you got killed.
I mean, I think but I don't think during the race you felt that you were running a race that you were going to lose. Didn't you feel like you were going to win? What do you mean, get the F out of here? You didn't think you were going to win?
It's funny, Tom.
I think we all.
I thought I was going to win, and I also thought I was getting fucked by DC, and that's the case.
No, I didn't say that. I
Right,
said
you knew that. You knew we were getting
yeah,
screwed, right?
absolutely.
John,
I mean,
back me up. You were there.
Tom, it's funny you mentioned this. I was looking at the script today, and there's a lot of Trump stuff coming up in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, why is Tom going so hard on Trump?
I'm not.
Because the Democrats really kind of left you in the
Yeah,
lurch.
we were going hard.
I'm
on
not
Trump.
going hard on Trump.
Yeah, we
No,
are.
it's just something
Really?
I thought of.
Yeah,
Really?
I like to go hard on Trump.
But like, it's news to me, John.
I
That's
know.
why I'm covering it.
It
It's
was
not
just-
because
I
I
was
think
just-
Trump is getting freaking taken down. It's like getting kneecapped by
he's-
multiple areas.
According to him, it's a witch hunt.
I mean, he's getting kneecapped. Well, let's roll into it.
Let's roll into it.
Since we're talking about it, okay?
But no, I just thought that to myself, Tom. I was like, I was
No, I'm glad
reminiscing
you
about
said
the
that,
campaign,
John.
and I was thinking,
John,
man,
I'm not like
Yeah.
trying to freaking screw the guy. It's newsworthy to me. That's why we're covering it. That's why I want to cover it. Do you think I'm being unfair?
I think there's a lot of stuff that's newsworthy we don't cover here on Lock Pod.
Well, no, we only have 2 hours.
Yeah, just check
No, I
out
know.
whatever's on Newsmax.
No,
Okay,
like
bring that
Biden's
up.
classified docs. We haven't touched that. We haven't
I got
touched
it
the
in there.
Twitter files.
I
We
got
haven't
it in there.
Okay.
I got it in there.
All right.
Do me a
Hunter
favor,
Biden.
though. This
Hunter
is,
Biden's
This is
laptop.
funny, though. Could we play the TikTok I put on there? Do you mind?
Yeah, let me get that going here.
This is funny. Okay, so did you guys know?
This
and
is ridiculous.
This is probably petty on my part to cover this.
I think
but
it kind of shows Trump.
That's why I like it so much, Kevin.
Yeah.
Because did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that Trump won the 2022 annual Mar-a-Lago Senior Open?
I didn't
Fact.
even know that was a thing.
It's probably what? How many rounds is a Mar-a-Lago Senior Open?
9 holes?
No,
I don't know, 36?
you're a golfer. It's
30
either
it's gotta be
36
54, maybe
or
3 days.
54. Maybe 3 days. Probably 2 days.
Right.
For
Okay.
the older guys.
Okay,
you
so
know, every time that what's the guy, the president or the in charge
Biden?
of North Korea.
Oh,
North Korea.
yes, Kim
Every time he
Jong-il
plays
or
golf,
Un.
he wins too.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
We got that in common. Well, I mean, Trump does like the idea of a dictator.
So anyway, let's call it a
God.
2-round, 3 rounds at the most. John, I know you don't watch a lot of golf, right?
No.
Any typical
Boring.
club championship is going to be Saturday, Sunday, right, Kevin?
Sure.
Maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
It's
2
not
days.
like the pros. The Thursday,
No,
Friday.
4 days, right.
So
Not
let's
4
call
days.
it 3 days at the most.
Okay.
Probably 2 days.
Maybe a 2.
This is important.
I don't think this is like a PGA event, by the way.
No,
this
it's
is like
not. It's the senior. It's
made
the club
up event.
It's the club championship.
Yeah, at the club.
Run
Right.
at Mar-a-Lago.
Where,
Right.
where if you beat him, you're
Okay.
you're going to be kicked out.
Right. Okay. So let's play the TikTok, John.
All right, let me. Here we go.
Trump truthed the other day that he won the senior club championship at Trump International Golf Club. Only issue is he didn't play the first round of the tournament because he was at Diamond's funeral giving a eulogy where he admitted that he didn't know who Silk was and complained about missing the tournament. So instead, members showed up the second day of the tournament to see that Trump had just given himself a 5-point lead over everyone else, which he told the tournament organizers he had done because he played a strong round in the course earlier that week. So he just decided to give himself a 5-point lead heading into the second day of the tournament, and then he won. He said it was a great honor to win.
Not only a great honor to win, it was evidence of his fitness for office that he could win golf tournaments.
There you go.
That's a good TikTok, isn't it, John?
That is.
If it's true.
Oh,
We
it's-
followed it up.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We followed it up.
Because I hadn't heard
Every
anything
freaking
about
word
this.
of it is true.
Wow.
he gave a statement that it takes a strong person to be able to win a golf tournament, and it's just that he didn't
gave
play
himself
in.
a 5 under. I've shot at 5 under.
5-stroke lead he gave himself.
Right. Yeah.
He must have played all right on day 2, though.
No,
to hold
but
the lead.
it's a lot easier when you're 5 points ahead of everybody when you
Sure.
start.
Yeah. Maybe you should do like a mayoral
I
open
will.
at Lost
I
Marsh.
will.
And you'll be like, hey, everybody, we're ready, Mayor.
Okay, how about this? We do the mayor's 5K this year, and I start
With a 5-minute lead.
with a 1 mile lead. and then,
1
and then I
mile lead
beat
on the
everybody.
5K.
Right? Oh my God, you guys didn't beat me. It's because I'm in great physical shape. I'm a great specimen.
I'm a great mayor.
Yeah. you
Shows
guys-
that I should be mayor forever.
I should be mayor forever because I could beat all your asses. I ran a strong 5K the other day. That's why I started at 1 mile ahead
You
of
give
you.
your time that you did on the treadmill.
All right. All right, let's talk about how Trump's getting hobbled. John
right.
thinks I'm picking on him, but this is, to me, and I have a legitimate lawyer question. I'm going to ask my
Oh,
legitimate
boy.
lawyer.
I better get my lawyer hat.
Okay? So, the article in today's paper, Trump case goes to New York City grand jury. This is a criminal matter. So, on Monday, a grand jury is being impaneled to indict Donald Trump on bribing Stormy Daniels. This, to me, is a trip. $130,000 hush money payment from Donald Trump's business went to Michael Cohen, who is Trump's attorney, and then it went to Stormy Daniels, and then Michael Cohen was reimbursed by Trump's business. So all of this is off of the FEC campaign finance reports. The FEC campaign finance reports are very accurate, and nobody could give over $2,900 to any one person.
Yeah, was it on the FEC or was it on the state reports? I'm not sure. Okay, FEC.
So, no. He didn't report it on the FEC.
okay,
That was a problem. Sorry, I just got
no,
something.
it's all good. So, where's the locomotive?
I know.
no.
I got something in my throat. Sorry. So basically, it says if the Trump business paid off $130,000, that was more than $2,900 donation to Donald Trump's campaign for president. And it's also a corporation which isn't allowed to donate to Donald Trump's campaign for president.
Yeah, so it's interesting because the way I get it, the way I see it is 29. It seems to be a state matter. This is a Manhattan district attorney, which would kind of so. Again, Indiana is different than New York. In New York, you must have to go to a grand jury. In Indiana, prosecutors choose to go to a grand jury when they have a case that they're not sure if they should just file it or not, and they let the grand jury decide. It's kind of like, currently Sheriff Martinez. That case went to a grand jury. It wasn't just filed by the prosecutor.
Right.
In New York, I'm not sure if they do it that way or if they have to go to a grand jury for every case. If they do, then they have to go it.
So now
But they have to do it that way.
this crime, let's assume that it happened,
Yeah,
took
it's
place in 2015 or 2016.
Okay. Yep.
No, it was right before the presidential election.
Yeah, call it 15 or 16, whatever.
And it's
Sure.
2023.
It's a long time.
What's the statute of limitations on something like that?
So criminal statutes, I think, are a little different than civil statutes, and I do more civil work than criminal work, but I've done some criminal work along the way. Like, for example, murder, there's no statute of limitations. I think
murder.
rape is
isn't
maybe
murder.
arson, something like that. Right.
This is like
so financial crimes.
FEC campaign violation.
Yeah, it's a weird one, right? So usually I always have in the back of my mind, and if Johnny Cantrell was here, he'd probably correct me, but I always think like 7 years.
Okay.
6-7 years,
so
something
they're
like
barely
that.
within. So they had to move pretty quickly then.
Yeah, and I also, by the way, something interesting about this story is if you remember right,
That's
Cyrus Vance.
7 years ago right now.
Cyrus Vance, whose dad was, I forget what administration he was in, Bush 1 or maybe Reagan. His son, Cyrus Vance Jr., used to be the DA in Manhattan. Now it's a new DA.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a new DA. Maybe he's trying to make a name for himself.
He barely got it in.
It's
If it's 7
it
years.
seems
I
like
I
a
think
weird.
you're probably right on 7 years, man.
It seems like an interesting criminal theory, right? Because number one, they have to prove that Trump, like personally, right? I mean, if his business did it and through all these guys like Weisselberg and these other associates of his, maybe it went from Weisselberg to Cohen. Are Trump's fingerprints on it somewhere?
Right.
They
Well,
may not
Weisselberg
be.
Is part of it.
Sure. Is he?
Cohen's
okay, and he's
part of
already
it.
been convicted.
Right.
They've already
and
both
they're,
been
and
convicted.
they're both in jail.
Now maybe they've got incentive.
Well, Cohen already went to prison and is out right now.
Weisselberg
Is in prison right now.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay,
I read
so
it.
I don't. Maybe they've got an axe to grind against Trump, and they're going to say, you know what? I don't have any reason to hide anymore.
They
Here's
have
what
no
happened.
They have no reason to hide anymore.
So maybe that's part of it, and the prosecutor's trying to take advantage of that. I don't know. But, I mean, it seems to be the way I understand it is you have to prove that he covered it up to commit another crime. So they're trying to say the other crime is an
Campaign
election law
finance. There you
violation,
go.
which is that's
like a conspiracy to violate a federal law.
yeah. So that's the theory. I mean,
Because the FEC, the federal prosecutors aren't involved in this. And you would
Correct.
think that a federal elections commission, FEC violation, the Department of Justice would be prosecuting. In this case, this is, like Kevin said, it's the DA in Manhattan.
It's like
which
the
is a
county
state
DA,
law.
which
Right.
is a big, by
It's
the
a
way,
state law
big DA,
violation.
right? I mean, it's Manhattan.
But so let's talk about Trump's legal woes, because this guy's running for president right now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it because he's being hobbled in multiple areas. Obviously, he has a special prosecutor, which is no fun for any federal officials. Special prosecutor for his actions or inactions in causing a riot on January 6th, right? He has a special prosecutor for storing classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. And as we've learned since then, Biden and Pence also has the same problems as Trump in this case.
A little different, but
Right? He has the New York the New York prosecutor in this case, the one we just covered. And he also has the Georgia district attorney.
that's right. We talked about that last episode.
Right, seeking to indict Trump for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election loss in Georgia. Remember, what I need from you is 11,780 votes.
Yeah, I think I read something that the Fulton County prosecutor said that that's getting wrapped up soon, so we should hear something soon about that.
This guy is running for United States president. He has two special prosecutors investing in him from the Department of Justice, the DA in Fulton County and the DA in Manhattan. This guy's got four criminal enterprises coming out of four criminal
Plus, I think
investigations.
his business enterprise in New York has already been
taxes.
yeah, indicted, right? But I mean, that's not him
Yeah,
personally.
yeah, the business itself.
So if I
Dude.
was him, the one I'd be worried about the most, I think, is Georgia
Yeah.
and January 6th.
I wouldn't be as
maybe,
worried
but
about
January,
New
Georgia.
But, like, the thing is, John, this is what I'm going back to. This guy's not running for president. He's not going to be able to run for president. He's going to be too busy in legal proceedings all over the United States on multiple fronts, like having lawyers keep him out of jail.
I think there's part of him though that says like he thinks that makes him stronger because he's fighting the system that he believes is on a witch hunt.
Right.
And I think he has supporters that are saying, you know what, we're with you all the way, no matter what.
Let's see what this guy has
All
to
right,
say.
John.
I'm not sure I disagree with you, Tom.
Okay.
I think this goes. I started when you were saying that. I started thinking about Trump's announcement that he was running again,
Mm-hmm.
and I expected this Trump 2016 energy, and it was very boring and low energy. And then I started thinking, man, this guy, how could he have energy? He's being investigated all over the place. I mean, he was certainly attacked, nonstop during his term. He's an old guy,
Yeah.
He's 76, but
He's
he can
an
still
old
win an
guy,
open,
and I
still
could
win
tell
a
it's
senior
wearing
open.
on him. I think anyone can see that.
Well, this
He
was
doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke, so
Right.
he's got a little bit more energy.
eats
than
a lot of
typical.
fried chicken, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
McDonald's.
Oh, that's right. You know what? Actually, something came out last week. He was in New Hampshire, and then Governor Sununu, and this is something that kind of breaks with, you feel like everyone's in the fold when he was president or tried to be. Governor Sununu came out and said if the primary is held today, DeSantis would win New Hampshire. Said it right after Trump visited New Hampshire.
Yeah, I just saw a poll too that showed DeSantis up over Trump for the first time. I can't remember what poll it was.
Interesting. Yeah.
Trump is not going to be the nominee.
The other thing I heard
Do you
recently.
agree with that, Kev? Or
How do
It'll
you
be
think?
interesting.
Make a prediction.
I guess I
Yeah.
would. Man,
Hmm.
I
I'll make it. I'll make
think
the
he's. I
prediction.
think he's the front runner.
I'll bet you that jar of money.
Ooh.
The swear jar.
The swear jar. It's been there for
Okay, wait.
7 seasons.
So is there an okay? So if it goes all the way, like if Trump gets excluded from office because of conviction, that's a no. You can't.
What are you talking about?
Come on,
Bets off.
because I don't have that
he's
in my.
going to
I don't
go
have
then the bet's off then,
All right.
because he's going to get criminally indicted.
So
in
you're
my
banking
opinion.
on that.
He's getting indicted.
Oh,
Indicted
wow.
doesn't stop you from running.
You're right, but it's certainly if you're in jail, it stops you from running.
Sure doesn't help your candidacy.
Like, it's a witch hunt.
I mean, it
That's
doesn't
right.
hinder it though. We've seen that in Indiana before.
I mean, there's been great men arrested before Martin Luther King, but
No.
Trump is no Martin Luther King.
No.
You know
Right.
what's so the DeSantis Trump thing? You know, I was thinking about this. Ideologically, they're like the same figure in a lot of ways. They're just separated by tribes. You know, you've got
Yeah.
some people in Trump's group, some people in DeSantis' group, all powerful, all rich, that want him to be president.
So does that let like somebody else glide through, John? Because you've
No.
got like
Let's go,
I think
Pence!
it's going to come down to those two.
hey, what about John? John for president.
I would
Yeah.
vote for John,
Jay
man.
Bez.
John, let me ask
Thank
you
you,
this.
guys.
Another
Holcomb,
thing.
Holcomb's going to slide in the middle.
There you go.
There you go.
The other thing I heard recently, John, is that all the people that may challenge Trump, they're all waiting for somebody else to jump in because they don't want
Yeah.
to be
That's good.
they don't want to be like the guy that
Mhm.
gets or the guy or woman that just gets pounded by Trump for
Right.
a while.
You're right.
And so they're all waiting back because no one's announced except
Nikki
Trump.
Haley. Nikki Haley. She's the dark horse.
You think she's going to run?
I think she'd be a great candidate.
Against Trump.
He is weak as ever.
Yeah.
He is weak as ever right now.
What do you think of Nikki Haley, John?
Not a big fan.
I'm not either.
No.
I think she's hot.
Well,
That
there you
helps
go.
in
Well,
politics. That helps in politics.
What about her
Does not-
politics? Like,
Listen, her
what
politics
are
is
that
her
all
crazy.
you care about?
stances?
No, I think she's hot though. Is that all right?
would that make you vote for her?
I mean, there's
No,
a little bit more.
no, it would
going
not
on
make me
there
vote for her.
than
I think
that.
she's hot though, and it helps in politics.
just a side comment.
It helps in politics.
It doesn't hurt.
It's kind
Thank
of
you.
weird.
Yeah.
So, like the fact that she's hot, the fact that she's good looking will help her if she files.
It's not going to hurt her.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah,
say it good looking. You said hot. That was weird.
She is hot.
Uh,
I think more men would agree with me.
She's hotter than Trump.
John. Remember, Amy's listening.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
and
I'm already screwed at home. Don't go down
Marissa's
with me, man.
listening, too.
Oh, go
This
down
is
with
who-
this.
Don't go down with me, man.
This is who
Yeah,
Tom
she's
thinks
very,
is
she's
hot.
a very good-looking woman.
She is
Sure.
very good looking.
I don't know if she's hot.
Yeah, I'm
Whatever,
with
dude.
you.
Whatever. Okay. she's
Okay,
ugly.
Kevin, do you
Love
know-
you,
Not
Marissa.
ugly.
I love you, Marissa.
she reminds me a lot of
those
Justin
eyes.
Treasure's
Holy cow.
wife.
She's Indian too. Right?
Wide-eyed.
Isn't she Indian?
She's Indian?
I think so.
What?
I
Native
think so.
American?
No.
Or
Where's her
Eastern Indian?
Wikipedia?
I think she's got. I don't know. Check it out.
There we
I don't know. I
go.
think
Alright,
she's
that's
just a
early
white
life, John.
person.
We're like totally like off.
Let's
the
do
mark right
ads.
now.
Born to an immigrant.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Indian
Oh, you're
Get the
right.
fuck
Oh,
out of
Punjabi
here, right?
Sikh
Punjabi
parents.
Sikh.
Eat it,
Huh?
Very
eat
cool.
it, eat
Look
it,
at you.
dude.
A
see,
wealth
this-
of knowledge.
Kevin just assumes everything I say is full of shit.
Well,
after,
that
after
Gerald
that
Ford
one
thing.
show.
Well, you know,
I mean,
What
I
show?
do have that in the back of my
What
head.
show is
so-
that?
The Gerald Ford.
The Gerald Ford show.
Dude, whatever. You know what I was
Infamous
talking
Gerald
about.
Ford
You know what I was talking about.
But this, you know what? This is what I even said after that show, by the way. I said, Tom knows a lot.
I got a lot
this
of
is
shit
one of those
in the way.
things.
All right, let's move on. Let's
Punjabi
do.
How do you
Sikh
know
parents.
something
How did you even
like
know that?
I read
Like,
so much, guys. I read so much, and I retain about 1% of everything I read. So
You got that one.
yeah,
Let's do some ads.
yeah. Let's do some.
I want
ads.
to talk about nurses.
Yeah, before we
Fraudulent
jump-
nurses.
Before we jump in, I want to remind everybody: if you want to be a police officer in the city of Hammond, I am the Hammond mayor, and I will hire you. So I just wanted to say that.
we'll take anybody at this point.
Yeah, this is the last week for applications for Hammond police officers. Come to the chief's office Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for your chance to join the Hammond Police Department. If you're between the ages of 21 and 39, now is your chance to make a difference. For more information on the requirements that must be met to apply, visit the Hammond Police Department or on Facebook at thehammondpolice.com.
And Hammond
hell of
Police
a
have a
time.
great department.
Yeah, it's a great
I mean,
department.
guys like Steve Kellogg are police officers, so you can do it.
Yep. Okay. Let's move on with ads now. Pressemer Insurance Agency. The Ron J. Pressemer Insurance Agency has been located for decades right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide variety of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Bessemer Agency serves over 1,000 people and businesses in all Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron, Ronnie, or Michael at 219-844-0103.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give them a call and schedule your consultation today with somebody who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-5544-LAW. What are the numbers?
4529.
219-554-4529, or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Dance cam. Lindsay Dance
Tortillas
Cam.
Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia.
Yeehaw!
De todo corazón.
I realize now why I think Nikki Haley's hot.
Why?
She looks like Marissa. Look at that picture.
What?
She does look like Marissa.
No, she doesn't.
I think I think I know better if she looks like my wife than you do. In that picture,
You're just,
she
you know
looks
why?
like-
You're just trying to cover your.
You're
You're trying to cover your
covering
ass
his
right
face.
now.
She looks just like Marissa in that picture.
Okay, Lindsay.
I disagree.
I disagree
I
as
don't
well.
care what you guys say.
All right, let's pull up
John?
a picture of Marissa.
Put it right next. Keep that picture.
Nothing like
I
Marissa.
think she
Agree.
looks a lot like Marissa in that.
This
I already
is like,
said earlier.
Did
who I
Marissa
thought it
text you?
was, so-
No.
In what
Marissa
way
doesn't
does
listen
she
to
look
this
like
show.
Marissa?
Her face
She's
and her
smart.
body looks just like Marissa, and her skin color, by the way, because they got immigrant blood. So
Wait a minute. She's Indian. Lindsay.
Marissa Indian?
Marissa's not
Marissa's
Indian.
Marissa's dark complected, absolutely, especially during the summertime.
You know Marissa better than us.
I know I do.
I don't think
All right.
complected
I'm not
is
even
a word.
negotiating that. I know my wife a lot better than everybody.
I would agree
else.
with you. So,
In
Yeah.
that picture, she looks a lot like Marissa.
I don't know. This man is digging a deeper hole, I think.
Try
even
Electronics. Try Electronics wants to be your complete communications provider. Try Electronics has been a leader in this industry for more than 55 years. We are dedicated to assisting our clients with their system integration needs. Try Electronics has the expertise and experience to provide superior results for a wide variety of projects. For more information, call Try Electronics today at 1-800-722-6793.
I think we made him nervous. guys.
Calumet
Marissa's in
Suck it, you
chat.
guys. She is not in chat.
Oh,
She is.
Donald Trump's doing a
she
freaking
does
heart
not
sign.
look like me. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
You guys
I was
are
going to
like-
say maybe her
And
legs,
jump-
but I didn't want
Wow,
Tom to be
that
like,
is a
what are you
weird-
talking about?
Weird comment.
It was a
that is
joke.
weird. It is
Weird.
And
I
she
think-
does listen to our show.
In
Thank
that
you,
picture,
Marissa.
looks a lot like Nikki Haley.
Calumet Brewing. It's time to
He got
experience
chat going.
Michelob Ultra with only 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and 4.2% ABV. It's the perfect way to start the new year and keep those resolutions in check. Whether you're a pro athlete or a daily step counter, the journey's only worth it if you enjoy it. That's why Michelob Ultra brews a light lager that's worth every single sip. So no matter if you're kicking back after a workout or enjoying a day out of the slopes, you're sure to enjoy a great beer. Head over to Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for details on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right.
Here's some
Lindsay.
chat highlights.
What's that?
Oh.
Nah, Marissa is prettier.
Oh,
Marissa McDermott is much prettier and is the best judge in LC.
there you go.
I didn't talk about
Sounds
her
like
job.
somebody's got a case in her courtroom right now.
I want to see the text
I didn't
Tom's getting
say-
on his phone.
She's
from
the
Marissa.
best.
I have no text on my phone from Marissa.
And Steve was getting on me for saying, if Steve can be a cop, you can too.
Oh, is that what you said?
I didn't mean it like that, Steve. I just meant, you
but
know.
it's true, though.
Hey, Lindsay pitched a story, and normally we would ignore it, right? Let's be honest, right? Like, in fact, I blocked her on the Lockbot chain. I'm surprised she even got through. I got a
Okay,
new
he's
phone.
saying this because I told him that I silenced the notifications to the Lockpod group
So,
text.
Lindsay
so I don't
pit-
know what's going on. 'cause
So
you
Lindsay
guys-
pitches a story, and it's just like when John pitches a story. Kevin are like,
Falls on deaf ears.
Well,
total
yeah,
deaf,
because
like
we're the
completely
two.
deaf ears.
Like, you guys are in the middle. Every time we get a story from John, it's always right leaning, and every time you get a story from me, it's left leaning.
So
and you're
the
like,
way
let's just stick in the
I look
middle.
at this enterprise like this. Kevin and I are the editors, and you guys are the reporters, and you guys pitch stuff to us. And sometimes it doesn't match the agenda that Lockpod's putting out.
So you admit there's
Well
an agenda.
stated.
The left of center.
That was
It's
very
left
well,
of center.
very well
left
stated.
of center. It's
Despite
not
how
like,
the Democrats have treated you.
By the way,
Right.
despite, and
Yeah.
by the way, John, I just freaking beat the shit out of the Democrats a little bit today. I beat the shit out of the president, right?
That was incredible, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Because it's left of center. It doesn't
didn't
mean we're
like it,
freaking
but-
completely left. It means we're left of center.
That's right.
Right.
I think that's true for
Thank
all
you.
for us.
There's
Yes.
plenty of criticisms to go
For
around.
the editors.
I send one article from Zero Hedge, and they ban me from any.
No, it was just we
Get
didn't
that
we
shit
didn't
outta
feel- we didn't feel like it met the agenda that we're setting on left
I
of
get
center
it. I
media
get it. I liked
it.
enterprises.
I
You
get
know
it.
what I'm saying?
I did read the article. Though.
So anyway, this is a good story that Lindsay pitched to us. It's about it sounds a lot like Varsity Blues.
It is shocking when I read it. So Lindsay, it has big shock value.
Take it
Yeah.
away.
Okay, so I found this out through TikTok and also talking to some of my nursing student friends because we pay roughly $12,000, $15,000 a year for 4 years to go and get a degree to become an RN.
How many years?
4 years.
4 years,
So your freshman year is prerequisites, and then you have 3 years within at least the state of Indiana, and I'm assuming most other states because Indiana is usually behind. But you need to go for 3 years of the nursing program and fulfill a certain number of clinical hours. And that has gotten some people into trouble recently because apparently you can shell out $15,000 to this school in Florida, and they will
3
give
schools
you
in Florida, babe.
well, multiple schools in Florida
Yeah.
now, but the first one was the Palm Beach one. That's what the first one that came out. But basically, if you just give them $15,000, they'll just give you these transcripts saying that you went to school and fulfilled all these requirements.
The numbers are staggering, Tom. Do you have those?
7,600 fake nursing diplomas and transcripts.
and you know,
issued.
people because of
7,600.
the attention that this article or this Operation Nightingale is what they were calling it. Because of the attention, people at hospitals are going and looking through their nursing files
To see if they
have any of those nurses.
Schools. Wow.
And there have been a ton of people who have been fired in the last week because their degrees
Oh.
were fraudulent.
That doesn't
So
help the
let
nursing
me ask you a
shortage.
question, Linz,
Oh.
because I don't have knowledge about this. I don't believe Kevin or John do either. So let's say it was the equivalent of as a lawyer. So somebody gives me fake law school credentials, and then I have to still take the bar and pass it, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
well, you could still take the NCLEX.
Yeah, and they
What's
passed.
an NCLEX?
Well,
you can't
the
use
NCLEX
acronyms
is like-
around here like that.
Okay, so it's like the boards for
Okay.
becoming an RN.
All right.
Just say
And
birds.
The
I'm just messing.
we'll say the NCLEX. So it's a big test that you got to take, and then
Dad
so
does to you, Linz.
they're actually I'm going to be the first class to have to take this new NCLEX that they
Ooh.
revamped it so that it'll be much harder for people
Yeah.
like this.
But Lindsay, so they passed. So they
they
got
were
the,
able to pass,
Right.
But it's different in every state too.
I agree.
So I'm assuming that Florida maybe has a bit lower expectations when it comes to passing this.
So that's the
exam.
crazy part to me. Let me ask you a question, okay?
Yeah.
Let me interject here. So they give you fake nursing school credentials,
Basically.
and then you pass the nursing exam, and then you go off to be a nurse.
And you
So
don't
you had
know
enough
what
knowledge
any of
in the
this-
exam to be a real nurse, even though you had the fake education.
Some of these schools, quote unquote, had you take a couple online classes, but
you
from
still
what
like
it's-
if I took a nursing bar, Lindsay, I'm a smart guy. I wouldn't pass. Okay,
No, but
even
maybe-
if you
Well,
gave me,
it's
But maybe
like
if you didn't
basic
have 4
math.
years to go through it, but maybe spent a year
Right.
studying real
Right.
hard.
Yeah,
and
you
then-
can't
Instead
get
of like
those.
Lindsay.
It's like the SAT. You can get booklets to study
right,
and they
right.
explain.
Or
the
I was thinking
questions.
about this. How about this idea? Let's say you were in the Dominican Republic and you were a nurse there, and then you come to America
yes.
and you're like, "Fuck, I don't want to go through 4 years of American
I've
nursing
already done
school.
this.
I've done this." So you get this
Yeah.
fake certificate from the school, and then you could pass the nursing exam.
You know what?
right?
That would make a lot of sense because this is in
Look
Florida.
at me. Look at me.
Lindsay, you've already figured it out.
I did figure it out.
Lindsay, do
Yeah,
you need
who's
to
the
have it
thinker?
to take the what's the acronym?
NCLEX.
The boards.
The boards.
It's not that hard.
Do you have to have an American nursing degree?
I don't think so. No, because we have a number of people that I work with who are from
wonder.
the
But, in a place like
Philippines
Florida?
and India,
In a place
and-
like Florida, yeah, come on in. Nurse from Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
I can't see DeSantis come on in, foreign nurses and work in our state. Get the hell out of here.
No, they want to take it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
And there's
Florida is
actually for
protected
a lot
with the
of
bar, too.
international students, you have to take an additional test
Right.
to prove
Here-
that you can communicate. And,
Here's another question.
Unless
for
you buy it
Stuff.
for free and then pass the bars, right?
well,
Is
no,
it-
you still have to take that extra if you're technically
Unless they give it to you for
foreign,
free.
yeah.
babe.
So wait, let me ask this question because this is similar to this goes to what Tom was asking. So with the bar exam, you're licensed by state. In nursing, is it the same way, or
Nope.
is it good for
Lindsay
the whole
taught me
country?
this the other day.
Well, I was so The testing is run by the State Board of Nursing.
But Lindsay,
But
once you pass,
once I pass in Indiana, I can pretty much go practice with
Okay, so that's different than
Right.
lawyers.
That's
Okay,
totally
so
different.
I don't like if I
Lindsay
want to
can
work in
bounce.
Chicago, I don't have to take a separate test.
Right.
Okay,
I just have to
interesting.
get it
because
transferred
Lindsay's
over.
looking right now to be a nurse in Chicago, and that was like really cool opportunity. I hope she gets it. And it's like, I know it's really.
Well,
cool.
I haven't applied yet. It's
I
just
know.
I'm
That's
interested.
why I'm not
Don't
saying
jinx
it.
him. We're not
But
jinxing
like
him.
that's what brought this
Not
up. I'm
jinxing
like, oh my god, that would be awesome, Lindsay.
Yeah.
And she's, by the way, Lindsay was in high school, average student. She was at a hard high school. This is a compliment, baby. This is a compliment. So hang on.
We're getting there.
Okay, Lindsay.
We were talking about this at dinner. I was like, I was the crappiest student in
No,
this entire
you
family.
weren't crappy.
A
You were
solid
an average
C
student.
student.
She was an average
CB
student in high
student.
school. Then she went to college and did average, and went to teach. Passed all of her boards and everything. Taught for about 5 years.
6 years.
And then she's like, holy shit, like this profession is getting attacked by the state. Then she goes to nursing school, straight A's, Linz.
Yep.
Look at you.
I know.
Being
Straight
a
A's.
teacher
You've
taught me how to
matured
be a
so well.
student.
Yeah. So Lindsay's
Yay.
going to she's going to have
She's killing
multiple
it.
opportunities when she
Yeah,
graduates.
that's
so.
exciting. But Lindsay's, of course, doing it the right way. She's going out 4 years.
Well,
getting
yeah,
her
I'm not,
clinicals
like-
in
You should have just bought it from
and
Florida.
taken her
huh?
boards.
from
You could have
Trump
been a
nursing
nurse
school.
by now.
So the big issue that I have with this
You
kind
would
of
have got a
Trump nursing school.
Trump University who's offering these great nursing.
these nursing diplomas.
I mean, the numbers here are staggering. $100 million
Yeah.
is what they're saying was
7,500
fraudulently obtained.
Oh my
25
gosh.
people have been indicted already.
Dude.
Wow.
This is like Varsity Blues isn't anywhere near. This is
Whoa.
way more scandalous than Varsity Blues.
But, like-
this is gonna be on American Greed. This will be.
Yeah.
Oh, for
predict,
sure. But
right?
like my big issue that I'm having, and I think a lot of people are concerned, is that there's a lot of there's a lack of trust in healthcare right now against doctors and against nurses.
Yeah, and
Just
in general,
overwhelmingly, yeah, the healthcare
politicians
system in
aren't
general.
exactly well respected right now, honey.
Well, I'm saying in the healthcare industry, considering I'm going into it, there's a lot of mistrusts from multiple different demographics against healthcare in general. And you're going to go to a hospital, and these nurses, you hear these horror stories of these nurses who they're doing the wrong medicines, they're killing patients, they're neglecting patients. And I'm thinking, how prevalent is this issue? It can't just be just these 3 couple schools in Florida. There's got to be more than that here in the United States. And how many nurses have they produced? And I'm working my butt off to do well.
Well, that's what I mean.
And then these people are just walking in after they shell out some cash.
Welcome to a profession. There's always bad apples.
Well, I knew that from teaching too. So
Yeah, any profession. Right?
it's shockingly easy to be a teacher in Indiana as well. So
Well, Linz, it took 8 seasons for us to do one of your stories, so I'm looking forward.
Congratulations.
Listen
I'm looking
here.
forward to season 16 when we do your next story.
How does it feel, Lindsay?
Season 6.
I'm glad that you guys actually listened to me this time.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I felt
fun.
bad.
We love you.
When they
I
cover
mean,
one of
it's
mine.
not a best story. I was just like, we got to do something.
It's a
for her.
phenomenal
We got to give
story.
her something.
We got to give her something.
Oh
I mean, it's
my
been 8
God.
seasons. We were at
She's-
like 190
she is
episodes.
5% older.
God
We don't-
forbid you.
We don't want her
like,
doing the no
thumbs
call, no
up
show
and-
again.
Good story.
They would never give you credit.
no, they'd never
uh-uh.
give me credit.
If you no call,
I mean,
no
we're the
show
editors
again.
of Lockpod Enterprises. I don't. You guys just accepted that when I came out with it, so we're running with
soon
it.
to be awarded by the Ambies something. We
Yeah,
don't know what
eventually.
yet.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
Best male podcast.
we do. You want to start covering? You did a lot
I
of
think
work
it's
on
going to
it.
take
We have 3
too
minutes.
long. Yeah, it's going to take too long.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
We
You
can
could
wrap
just sum it up by saying he's a clown.
He's a
No,
clown.
let's do it next show.
Santos.
We'll do the George Santos next show.
All right.
Oh,
Kevin
no,
did a lot of
There's
work.
going to be more information for us.
Oh,
to
I know.
discuss
It's
next
gonna be-
time,
it's just
too.
gonna keep
It
rolling.
keeps going.
It's just somebody we haven't talked about yet that's interesting.
George
Character.
Santos. I mean, I'm learning a lot from the media right now, and when they are on your ass, they're not letting it go. This
Oh,
kid
no.
is followed everywhere he goes.
Yeah, it's got to be so stressful for him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think he figured it out. I mean,
Everybody
I
in
think it's
America
they
pretty
figured
much-
him out.
Everybody pretty much knows what this guy looks like. If he
He's a
walked up,
fraud.
I'd know exactly who he is.
He ends up
Yeah.
in jail. I mean, that's how the
mean,
story
he's
is.
getting
so?
he's getting the Trump
Yes.
treatment. He's got multiple DAs looking at him,
Dude.
John. He'll end up in jail. I
Just
agree.
that one part where he reimbursed himself $199 40 times.
I was
Like,
gonna- I
it's
was
just
gonna-
not possible.
Yes.
No, there's
But-
worse than that.
No, I know.
But
I'm
that's
just saying
so
that
bad,
is-
John.
Dude,
He made
that
a
is
$600,000 loan to his campaign,
Yeah, 700,000.
and they don't know where he got that money from because it didn't come from him.
No, and I heard
No.
Which is a
tied to
major
Russian
fucking problem.
oligarch or something.
That's a major problem, guys. Because you could unlimited, like if I have millions of dollars and run for federal office, I could fund myself. But if somebody gives me millions of dollars and I put that into my campaign, that's a violation of federal law.
Well, this is a
they
preview
can only
of the
give you
big story at the
$2,900.
next episode.
They can only
Yes.
give me $2,900.
And
So
how old is
Unless it's a loan.
Santos?
Santa's probably 30.
34.
Yeah,
34.
he's
Is he
Okay.
34?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
what kind of 34-year-old's got that kind of cash sitting around?
Some
Well,
would
I
do
mean,
that.
some do, sure, of course.
Some do.
If you're a I mean,
Not
absolutely.
this guy, though. We're starting to learn.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Jewish.
He's
Yeah.
Jewish.
All right, we'll wrap
Although
it
he
up.
is friends
does
with
that mean?
BlackRock
What does that
CEO.
mean?
Right?
What does that mean?
That was his way to explain why he kept saying he was Jewish. He said, I didn't mean I was
Oh,
Jewish.
yeah.
I meant I was Jewish.
Because
Really?
he had like a family member who
I'm glad you
was
put
Jewish.
perspective on that. I didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
he said.
He said what?
That's how it started.
They
Tom.
kept saying like,
Yeah.
well, you're not, you're not
You're not
Jewish.
Jewish.
You're not Jewish. He said, no, I'm Catholic. But I didn't mean that. I meant I was Jewish.
Jew dash.
Like,
Jew.
he's a
I didn't know
little
what you were
bit
talking about when you
Jewish.
Yeah,
said that.
that's
Right.
what we're dealing with.
Right. Okay.
He's crazy.
And then that's
So
when it all
next
started
show we'll
falling
get into
apart.
this a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty to talk about with this guy, and
Yes.
Kevin did a lot of work on it. So
Well, we'll
give you
keep
something to
this.
look forward to on Friday,
And
guys.
you got some more work to do because
by the
I'm
way-
sure his
that.
antics won't end.
I'm working on a great guest for Friday's show
Nice.
too. I can't talk about it until I confirm it, but we're looking at a real good guest on Friday. So
Mitch
we got
Daniels.
a good show. Yeah. I wonder if he would.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Because you
Mitch
guys
and I-
talked a lot, right?
Mitch and I
when
are
he
cool,
was-
man.
Yeah.
Mitch and I are cool.
Outstanding. Work on it.
All right,
Steve?
I'll work on it. No, I'm gonna have to
No,
do that one.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to have to go through the
I'm
locomotive.
gonna have to do that one. Yeah, I don't think you will, but I'll try.
That
What
would
the hell?
be awesome.
We made it big time when we start getting guys
Governor
like Mitch
Holcomb.
Shannon. I
He'd
wonder
be
if he'd
great.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been complimentary.
Sure. That
He's
doesn't
still
matter.
mad at me.
We don't need.
He's still mad at me over the airplane. I think.
All right.
Yeah,
Mm.
the old airplane. That one caused a rift.
The
Die hard.
old airplane.
The old airplane. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening to Lockpod. We appreciate you, Lindsay. Thanks for pitching a
Old
story.
airplane.
I'm looking forward to season 16. The next time
It's
we
a
cover
phenomenal
one of your-
story.
Kevin Smith. Thanks for
pushing, Lindsay.
Thanks for correcting me and pointing out all my flaws. I appreciate it very much.
The good news is season 16 is like next month.
Yeah, it's coming quick.
Jay
Coming
Vez-
up fast.
Jay Vez, thanks
Hey.
for pointing out that we are no longer Belgium Stop Rated podcast. Basically, everybody screwed
Step
up
up
in the
your
studio
game.
except for the locomotive today. So,
How did I screw up? I did well.
yeah, you did well. My
And
bad,
we all
Kevin.
and Nikki Haley looks like Marissa.
And
Just
Nikki
ask
Haley
Tom.
looks just
Oh,
like
yeah.
Marissa.
Dad got a little
Nikki
weird in the
Haley
middle.
equals Marissa McDermott.
Even though
in my
Marissa
mind.
says no, but
It's all right.
and
She
everybody else
doesn't- I
does.
know what Marissa looks like more than she does. I look at her all the time. How does Marissa?
That's a great quote.
She does not look in the mirror constantly. I am constantly looking at her. So if anybody's an expert on what Marissa looks like, it's me and her mom. That's it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All
Fair
right.
enough.
Love you guys. Hi, Grandma Kelly. I know she's watching. Love you all.
Peace
We're coming
out.
back on Friday, hopefully with a big guest, and we're gonna be talking George Santos. And you're gonna miss us until then, and we'll miss you too. Love you all. Lockpod's out.